Okay, game on, ladies. Next in-house match. This time actually on Cursed Hollow, so we pretty much... And we don't even have the same players right now. There's a bit of a bigger pool, obviously. Just in total, there's like 50 players, a few more that actually play all of this. So if you guys are interested and you're watching this on YouTube right now, you can check out the video description. There is a link there that you can click where you will see the standings pretty much that they have. Also, don't forget, you can still support the stream for free. There's also a download link for the game. All the information is in the YouTube description right there. So if you haven't done it yet, I would appreciate it. Would be awesome. Totally free, costs you a few minutes and helps me directly. But either way, as we're heading in this, let's check that out. We have actually Dino and Tai on the same team. I wonder if that's already a bit of an argument over who gets Zeratul. Then again, I'm pretty sure he's gonna get banned. Yeah, so either way. Deathwing gets banned first. Deathwing played in one of the in-house games earlier, and you might have guessed it already, he won the game again. So Europe, after trying him out in a normal game once more, they immediately decided, you know what? This is actually a stupid thing, so we're not gonna go for that. Tyrell gets banned too. A lot of control over the boss fights and tribute fights, of course, if you go for Tyrell in his Sanctification. So there's that. And, well, let's see what we get as our first picks. But first of all, we need a few more bans. Nobody wants to go up against Nyx Carrigan, despite the fact that today he actually lost once with her. So now we have Carrigan banned out again. There's actually 2 bans against that strategy. I mean, when you have Tyrael and Sanctification, there's a lot of aggressive heroes that really mesh well with it. You can go into Greymane, who can jump in with Tyrael, gets a shield, gets a Sanctification, Carrigan in the same vein, and there's the Zeratul ban. Killjoys. Killjoys. Red team, no fun allowed. So, yeah. Okay, so let's see what we get as our first pick over here. I really want to see what we're now getting for not only Dino but also Tai, how they're shifting this around. Because if you look at the setup that they also have Hazo in the lineup. So Hazo most likely going to play the offlane. But yeah, let's have a look at this one. Vala, okay. Makes sense, yeah. Get Vala in there. Cowgirl action. I gotta say, Vala is one of the few heroes where I think that the old school master skin is still looking really good on her, especially with the purple tint. That's the one that I used most of the time. There's always the gold variation, which isn't really too bad either, but from all the master tints, Vala's was a good one. Tyrell was probably the best. There's a couple that were just absolute garbage, but a few at least looked very good. So now we get Reyna, and we have Zarya. Yeah, Svamkrota is back on his Zarya action. And yeah, I mean, with this, that's actually going to give us a little bit of a setup where they could have an incredibly strong foreman that they could put to the test here. Yeah, it could be fun. Zarya, strong foreman there, a little bit of one lane, just like push going strong, that might be nice. So now we have Ana, and we have Li Ming. Okay, so once again the nano boost here. Trying to get all the immediate resets on her and her skills, and just popping through the opponent's team with a little bit of momentum that you're usually attempting to build up here. But yeah, on the other side now, when it comes to the bans, they can still probably ban... I mean, they can ban out Hazu, first of all. But instead it's Garrosh at the front that they don't really want to go up against. Also because, depending on what they go for, that can of course destroy them there a little bit. Keep in mind there's still a lot of globals up, so let's not forget about that. Cursed Hollow is a map where we've seen a lot of globals in the past. I mean, even Abathar gets banned here quite regularly for that reason. And I don't think that we're going to see Abathar in this setup, for the blue team at least. There's no real reason for them to play Abathar with what they currently have. That wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. And for the other team, also highly unlikely given the situation of what they're playing right now with the Zarya lineup that they're currently running here. But again, Dehaka is still up, Falstad is up, ETC is up, can go stage dive. So there's a lot that can still be played that would give you a macro advantage over the opponent. There's the new Zul. I haven't really seen him in action just yet to see how much he's going to get out of there. Oh, and Lucio with it. So apparently a bit of a macro play that they're trying to set up here. Attempting to just run around. But yeah, Zul has been reworked. Actually, just today, early today. So I haven't really gone over all of the changes yet, but compared to all the other heroes that have only seen small adjustments, I talked about a few of those in previous games. Jimmy, for example, only 10% extra damage now on the level 1 talent instead of the 15 that he previously held. But Zul has seen a lot more changes and has even been banned in some of the previous ones. Rexa also changed, has now Misha is in a little bit more of... Misha has reduced the hit point pool and the generation, whereas Rexa himself has gotten a bit of a buff with his auto attack damage, so Misha is a little bit weaker, Rexa is a little bit stronger, trying to shift the balance there slightly. Misha was incredibly powerful before that and still is, but yeah, so Hazo is going to play Rexa, the man with the mask, up at the solo lane, whereas we still need a hero for Blade. And, well... there it is, Dehaka. There's our global right there. So, ladies, let's jump in and see which team takes it here. Cursed Hollow is our map. The in-house games here of the top players within the European scene. Let's go straight into the next game, Cursed Hollow. Game on! Yeah, we actually have on the left side for the blue team, Dainu. On Anubarak, we have Tyon Vala, Galnegulna on Ana, Hazops on Rexa, and on the last slot, Liming, played by Rutsu. Oh, there's a bit of a change. Look at that. Nick with Exterminator on level 1. On the right side of the map, X-Ray on Lucio, Blade on Dehaka, Lauba on Zul, Swamkrota on Zarya, and Nick on Reyna. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Because, as I said, Ace in the Hole was nerfed a little bit. And, of course, Exterminator is still kind of strong. But this is the first time ever since all those changes that Exterminator has been picked in a game outside of Battlefield of Eternity as the level 1 talent. So, here we go. That will allow you to do a lot of damage against minions and mercenaries, and especially against the bosses. This is going to be super helpful. We have a double boss setup here. So there's actually a chance that they're just trying to go for a lot of macro play, rush those bosses down. Lucio would also be a really good hero for that. Again, if you want to rotate between the lanes and really just get macro value, then Lucio is great for that. They have the Haka for the global, so that's another aspect of it. Zul still with level 1 backlash at this point. We're going to focus a little bit more at the build of Zul throughout the entire game, since of course the hero was changed quite a lot, so we're going to highlight him a little bit more than usual. But down to the bottom of the map we have currently a 3-man setup, and that's where Zarya and Lucio are just helping to keep Nick in play the entire time here. Feel the heat on Swamkrota. He loves to play with the talent. We've talked about this in the past on Battlefield of Eternity. In a lot of the games where they played that style. With Lauba's fan club with Granite Gaming. Top lane, Zul still doing his play against Misha and Rexa. And down here we have Tai with an arrow build. That's also something that has been a bit more common on Cursed Hollow, simply because you can go straight up for the boss with that. So you will get throughout the tribute fights a lot of stacks and also damage if you're going for an arrow setup. And then once that it turns towards the boss, then you are in a position where you can drop it just so much faster. But that's obviously also true for the Siege Giant camps and the Bruiser camps. It's a little bit similar to what you oftentimes see on Alderac Pass these days. Bone Prison, and he's trying to get the kill set up, but Hazu is able to escape, and so does Misha. Alright, both of them able to move out here. Galnegulna and his boys are getting the hard camp. So Bruiser camp is now taken, and both have done that at the same time. First tribute is going to spawn bot side, which makes the top siege camp a little bit more powerful for the blue team. So that's going to be nice if they grab that. Still the attack here in the middle. Zul, by the way, went into the jailers here. Okay. And yeah, jailer setup after all of this. Anubarak, by the way, straight up with the engage, went into his burrow charge talent on level 4, so we're going to see him with a very aggressive focus here throughout the game. Very likely going to try and jump in with the rest of the team here for those kills. Already Liming, by the way, a bit of a setup here also on the level 4 for Misha and Rexa. Grizzled Fortitude, so we don't see the Hunter-Gatherer. No additional hit points needed in this case, or armor for him, so instead just playing around that. In addition to that, we now have a big push through the middle, using that aura wisely with a big setup. Hazops even forced to help out here, and for good reason, because the first tower is already down, and they dropped the second one down to 50% HP. The gate is nearly eliminated, the side wall is destroyed. They're trying to move up to get the kill against Hazops, but in this case, at least they can't. The tribute, on the other hand, is already up, down to the bottom of the map. Li Ming should easily be able to interrupt, as Dehaka is now going to try and get the channel through, but alone he won't be able to pull that off by any means. Blue team has not taken a Siege Giant camp, by the way, which allows the red team now to easily move in and fight for this. Rexa is still sitting at the top of the map and is doing his thing there, so this is a 5 versus 4 setup. as Hazorps on Rexa is trying to give his team lead in experience. Yep, this is experience lost to the red team. Level 7 for both of them now at this point though, which gives us Calamity, which gives us the repeating arrow, and those stacks are coming in for Vala. Sitting at 4 now. Gets dragged though, and there's the setup. The kill against Vala as she gets locked down, and there's a follow-up. The Haka dies too. Oh, and so does Jimmy. Alright, this is obviously starting to change a little bit. Yeah, we have 3 heroes eliminated. Zarya is also taken down. Ana gets 2 of those kills, but it's really Li Ming that does a lot of the work here. So that was pretty fantastic. That was actually a little bit insane. 2 kills initially, and then the turnaround. Nice. Reset mechanics definitely still working, as you can tell. Yeah, that was well done here. A little bit of a surprising twist towards the end too. Now in level 7, Wall of Bones has now also been taken. Okay, so a lot of survivability here for Zul now. So Blizzard really trying to make him a bit more sustainable, a bit more tanky, just allow him to be played in that position. It's also kind of funny, since NA obviously always tried, or not always, but for quite some time they tried to play like the tank Zul main tank, with supports behind him. Now with this setup, this is even more so possible than before. Up to the top, this is where Exterminator is now going to try and find a bit of value. Big move to the bottom of the map to take Lauber down on the other hand. Yeah, big shield, but the stun is there, and Zul is dead. The problem is that the boss is going to fall for sure. The blue team is now starting to make their own play for the boss at the bottom left of the map. But this one is taken much, much sooner. There's a second tribute bot side that can now be taken by Rexa, and that's a 2-0 lead in tributes for the blue team. But at the top, they're going to lose a fair amount of structures. It's going to be a very, very tricky move to stop, especially since their own boss is just so delayed. They're finally taking it. Level 10 abilities are, of course, super important right now, but it doesn't seem like we're having an opportunity for the blue team to force a fight with level 10 abilities before the red team is grabbing theirs as well. But it comes down to the matter of how much can be pushed here. Kill against Lucio in the middle, so he's dead. Then again, it's the boss here that is more so of a concern, and the next tribute is now spawning, which eventually is going to force the red team to respond, since they can't lose this one or they're going to be cursed. Lauber is the only one at the bottom of the map. Would love to have the Haka in this position. They can make a play. Yeah, trying to get some damage in. Okay, Lauber gets it down to 50% HP, but can't really do too much yet. Top side, that's where the Haka is all of a sudden in trouble. Yeah, another stun coming through, goes for the essence, buys himself some time. Again, this is a curse tribute right here. And we have the attack coming in as Svamgrotta with full energy and feel the heat is trying to get the kills. Vala is down. Svamgrotta successfully taking her part as we have the interrupt over here happening. Nice setup for Rutsu as we see the sleeping dart connecting again and Li Ming trying to snipe the backline. Not successful right now, but X-Ray is incredibly low. Needs to be very careful where he moves next. And that's a channel, and that's the first tribute. So they deny the curse, at least for the time being. Get some value here. Bot fort is down, top fort is down, so both teams with similar structural position on the map now. There's again the setup, the attack against Li Ming though. Lauber coming in with Zul, slicing and dicing. Went into the skeletal mages and is now even cocooned, but down here the fight isn't really over just yet. Vala's still obviously attempting to stack. Is sitting at 8 stacks on the level 4. Oh, the sound barrier. His own shield was already strong, then he gets the sound barrier. But he needs to be careful. With 170 hit points, you don't want to stay there too long. There's a kill against Ana. Tai wants the Zul kill, but can't get close enough. Which got the nano boost. Oh, and Tai is moving out. I mean, X-Ray, again, he doesn't have a stun or anything, but he just zipped past Vala. And if she gets at any point isolated, then she is just dead in this case. 5 kills against 4. That's a pretty exciting game, actually. People are all over the place here. Look at Jimmy. Despite Exterminator, he is still on the top damage numbers. Has 17,000 now. So we'll see how that develops over the course of the game. But there's obviously 2 heroes on the blue team side that are far ahead of him. Oh, the isolation! Vala gets completely isolated and locked down. That's an easy kill. That tribute will definitely go over to the red team unless they are getting murdered here by Li Ming. And to be fair, Li Ming has actually done an insane amount of work in the previous games here. So, pretty fantastic performance, just generally speaking, on the side of Rutsu. But now that we have 2 tributes against 2, that also means that the next tribute is eventually going to yield A curse for one of the teams. Double catapult topside is also going to force a reaction out of the blue team, and Liming is the one, Vala is the one that responded or wanted to respond, but is now forced down to the bottom of the map because of the heavy aggression that we're seeing from the red team. The kill against the Nuburak already sealing the deal for them right now. Top keep is going to take at least some damage, or at least the wall is. It's not opened up yet. Bottom fort will fall as the siege giants are already doing their job. And topside, yes, that's where the wall has been completely decimated now. They're not going to take any real keep damage, of course, since everybody is now rotating in. But it seems like the curse will be claimed by the red team. Level 13 gave us now also the amplified damage that we have right here. Vala continued with the siphoning arrow as a level 13 choice. So more fight sustain that we see for Tai. But they are in trouble now. 5 versus 5. Top lane still has to be abandoned a little bit. The camp claimed here too. And they're going straight in for Vala. Tai was sitting at the side trying to play this safe. But he gets completely hammered into the ground. And they are not stopping there. They take a Nubarak too. Blade wants to go for another drag. Can't get it. Misha is eliminated though. And bot lane is still pushing. And once that curse hits, this bot lane gate is very likely going to fall too. We are having I mean, guys, look at the minimap. It's insane. Every lane is getting pressured right now. And the red team is mercilessly pushing in and doing amazing work here. So this is getting a bit bonkers. There's at least one keep that falls. There might be more. Mid fort is about to be dropped. 35,000 on the side of Liming. 26,000 for Jimmy. The drag. The bone prison attempt. And nearly the kill. But look topside. Yes, there's even more damage now happening as the keep gets attacked. Mid lane is already getting pushed as Nick moved in with Jimmy. And there is so much aggression now from the red team. They're closing in on level 16 talents on top of it, which is going to make it really tricky. Once they have the extra talent, that's such a big power spike that it will be very difficult to stop. And the more keeps they take now, the better, of course. They might even decide at some point to go for the core if they can take a few more kills. There's Lucio, though. He gets eliminated, so that's a problem. Got interrupted on his ult. The keep might still go down. Blade is sacrificing himself in an attempt to take it apart. That keep is still alive. Up at the top. This is gonna be close. Oh, and the Winions are taking it. All 3 keeps are eliminated. All 3 of them gone. And the Hail Mary move, it's all that they can do, I think, at this point. Take the bosses, take the top boss so that you can't get pushed. Take the boss at the bottom and then try to push with the bottom boss to at least get keep. This one is going to de-push the top lane a little bit. And that's pretty much what they have to do at this point. It's a desperate move, honestly. This is really problematic now. Bam! Boss taken. And at the bottom of the map, again, they can't lose a single boss, but it seems like they're going to lose this one. I think we're looking at game here. Yeah, I expected them to rotate down with a few heroes and try to hold the bot lane. But the longer this game lasts, the heavier those catapults hit, the worse it's gonna be for the blue team. And this is honestly a game-ending move now. Taking 2 camps that at least stop the mid and the top lane is nice. But it's not gonna mean jack shit if you are in a position where you can't defend your bot lane. Yeah, there's also the lockdown against Liming, and that's likely a kill. Oh, 80 HP as he moves out. That was clutch. And X-Ray is about to go down, but not before he takes Liming apart. 2 heroes eliminated. Boss on the move, already on the core. This has to be it. This just has to be game. Yeah, taking the shield down. It's a 4 versus 3 down here at the bottom of the map. Zul, by the way, 32,000 damage for him, 66,000 siege damage. Looking strong here. Top fort has been taken down, but it doesn't matter anymore. The shields are gone, and the rest of the team is going straight in for the core. Again, Zarya trying to get a bit more energy so that she can just use her feel the heat a little bit more. They go for Tai. Core is down to 22, and that is game! As the red team locks in a victory on Cursed Hollow. Nicely done. A lot of momentum they build up here. And a deserved victory. GG. Okay, so game number... Well, we don't really have a best-of series or so we just go for one game to another. So we have Shire as our next map. And honestly, this should actually be an interesting one, because Dragonshire was always a map that requires a lot of coordination. If you have your entire team play, that makes a whole lot of sense. That you have that. In these in-house games, on the other hand, you would expect a lot of coordination just because it's top players in Europe. But it's got to be a little bit less than what you normally see in actual team games. So with these mixed teams, it's actually quite a bit of fun. And right now, we still have a fair amount of the same players that we've already seen previously. Some, of course, keep jumping in and jumping out. There's usually like 10 to 15 that play every evening. Always changes, though. And it depends on who's online, who wants to play. They got their own setups for all of this. As I said previously, check out the YouTube description. There is a link to the standings and to the stats if you want to have some information on that. So yeah, check that out. There's Zarya getting banned immediately. Okay. My first reaction when I saw the Zarya ban was jump over and check the player names again and see if Svamgrota is on the blue team side. He's not. But Zarya, of course, still can be played on Dragonshire as well if you're trying to push through the bot lane, or any lane for that matter, with a very strong 4-man. The King of Dragonshire also gets banned out, so no Rexa in this game. Still quite too powerful. Blizzard obviously changed the hero slightly in the recent patch. Misha a little bit weaker, Rexa a little bit stronger, but overall he still serves his purpose well on Dragonshire, so you don't want to go up against him here for very good reason. So we'll see. Deathwing is another ban that I expect, and yep, there we have it. Was played once in the in-house games. Ended up with Deathwing winning pretty handily, so yeah, we're going to continue with the exact same pattern for quite some time here in Europe. Deathwing will be banned, as he was in pretty much the entire year. Okay, so last ban before we're heading into our picks. What are we gonna see banned out? Zeratul could be played. Tai and Dainu are on the other side, so instead they're banning out Kerrigan. It's actually kind of crazy if you think about it. We have Dainu, Tai, and Nick on the same team now, which is spicy to say the least. So they have a lot of assassins there, and Lauber goes straight in for the newly changed Azul. So Azul more of a tank now than he ever was. There's a lot of sustain that he gets. The new level 7 talent here helps him with more shields, more value. Junkrat gets picked, so does Ana. And I really want to see if they pick Zeratul. I mean, considering that you have Tai and Dainu on the red team, I really want to see Zeratul. It's actually a bit crazy. Together with Nick, that's 3 of the best melee assassin players that we currently have in Europe here. They respect Nick definitely a little bit more. Banning out his Kerrigan. This is like, yeah, screw that. Not happening. Not today. What about Zeratul though? Nah, we get Chromie. The fake dragon is in. And Rega is in as well. Alright. So Chromie, happy that she finally gets a little bit of attention. Yay! Shut up. Okay, so little Chromester gets what she deserves. And yeah, I mean, honestly, this lineup, if you go into the Bone Prison and you just simply lock a target down and then Chromie comes in and drops all the damage immediately, that is pretty handy. And that could be insanely scary right now. So we'll see how that works out. Leo gets banned. Okay, top lane value. But I'm really excited to see if the combo between Lauber and Tai works to an extent where they can start to hammer heroes on the ground. I mean, the two of them play on the same team, so you would expect them to have that synergy and communication that helps them to execute that properly. But that is a really scary setup if you don't have a lot of cleanses on the other side. And I mean, with Ana, you're not going to have that initially. So now we're looking at a ban on Jojo. Garrosh gets picked right away. And, well, let's have a little bit of a look at what's happening on the other side. I mean, first of all, one more pick for them. And yeah, Li Ming. Rutzer has been playing Li Ming quite a bit, and his Li Ming was very powerful, incredibly strong. And together with the nano boost from Ana, that's going to be terrifying to say the least. So he can definitely turn the game for them. Has been doing a lot of work, even in the games earlier where they sometimes lost, but he has been super scary there a lot of times. Turning not only one fight against the opponent and deciding it for his team with the reset mechanics on Li Ming. Now that we have the double pick. Yeah, there it is. Zeratul and Amethyst. Oh yeah, baby. Now we're talking logical decision right here. I'm actually surprised they didn't ban Zeratul out on the third ban, but instead chose Leo. But Dino apparently is going to be playing Zeratul, and he gets Abathur support as well. That is a scary setup too. I mean, holy hell. Alright, so now with that, we have Dehaka for Blade, so a bit of global value. But oh boy, we're in for a treat, ladies. Let's go. Shire is the map in the in-house games in Europe. Alright, let's go. Abathur Zeratul on the side of the red team. But before, let's introduce the players on the blue team side. X-Ray on Ana in our in-house game. We have Hazops on Junkrat, Wit on Garrosh, Rutsu on Liming, and Blade on Dehaka. And to the right side of the map, it's actually Dino who's playing Zeratul, so not Ty. Ty is playing Chrome in this game. Nick is assisting on Abathur. Khaldor now with Rhaegar. And Lauber again for Zul. So, off we go. Yeah, let's see what they can do with this one. Already on level 1, pressurized glance. Obviously, you're going to attempt to really focus in on the melee assassins, which is pretty much what we're going to see here most of the time. The focus on Zeratul, and a little bit more focus on Zeratul. Yeah, our setup is already going strong here with Wit and Blade just making their plays, or attempting to. The build that's being used by Dino is the same build that we've seen in one of the earlier games from Tai. So going into level 1 Shadowhunter again. Bit of a race car attempt by Dehaka, who's going up against Zul Abathur at the top lane. Actually, he is in a bit of trouble here. Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble, actually. That's gotta be a kill. No? I actually expected Zeratul to just, like, jump in no matter what. Get that blink ready, just jump over the wall, die for a good cause, and take him down just to allow the lane to push a bit more aggressively. Now, keep in mind there's obviously Abathur in the game, so right now... Oh, big play, bot side, oh, and... the kill! Down goes Zul, but so does Zeratul, and Dino's on the run and gets the kill against good old Ana. Godlike. Big boy play right there. I mean, he's cheating a little bit because there's Abathur to assist him too, but damn, that was a really nice setup here for him. Yeah, he's not alone though, and Dehaka was trying to make the play as well. Alright, this is going to be a fun one. I mean, no matter how it ends, it doesn't really matter, but it's going to be a fun series for sure. So now with our little setup, we have the bot lane getting pressured up to the top right already. Camp is about to be taken. Zeratul is jumping in again, trying to get a bit of damage in too. And, well, let's check that out. As we said, Zul is a little bit more tanky these days, so he's actually being played as the main tank here for the team. We have a level 1 Backlash, as we've previously already seen. Jailers on level 4, and likely again Shield Talent on level 7 in addition to that. Zeratul already doing his thing, and you can't go 1-on-1 against the top lane hero if there's an Abathur in the game. You just can't do it. Every single time you think you have a fair 1 versus 1 setup and you think you're winning it, Abathur is gonna jump in and help out. Abathur is known for that. He's infamous for not respecting the 1 versus 1. So he is upsetting the balance of the force for sure, so you need to be careful around that. Top side, there's also the channel back. Abathur already going into the needle spine. He's very heavily going to focus on all of those melee assassins. I mean, there's a lot of good targets for him, especially when we're talking copy. I mean, you can pretty much copy anything on this team. Seriously, think about it. You can copy every single hero here. Double Rhaegar, great. Double Zeratul, fantastic. Double Chromie, also great. Doesn't matter which one you get, you're gonna be in a good spot. So now we have a kill against Garrosh, and they are just running across the map trying to get one kill after another. And with Abathur in particular, it can be a little bit nasty in the early game. In teamfights, you are lacking that additional hit point pool. But if you have a roaming Zeratul that just jumps around, needs a bit of an Abathur assist, and then just starts to take opponents' heroes down, then of course that is a pretty comfortable place to be in. At this point, Lauber and his boys are already starting to attack top side or mid side. Yeah, it's all about the objective for now. Early level 7 for them, 4 kills against 1 right now. And here we go, level 7 with the network carapace. So actually a little bit of a tool that he can use to also push the lanes out. So we have at least some focus on the macro game. At the bottom of the map, on the other hand, there's already a bit of a poke battle happening. Zeratul and Zul are now both making their way up to the top as they're trying to go for Blade again. This time he moves out quickly enough to not fall. Ana completing the setup here too. Talents so far, the obvious choices. We've talked a little bit previously about Wall of Bones here. Hazuops! Yeah, no chance for him. Hazuops down, gets completely hammered into the ground there. No chance for him. And in the meantime, Zeratul is still moving across map together with Lauba as they're going for the bottom. This is going to be a kill, guys. This is going to be one kill for sure. Nice safe attempt by Wit. That was nicely done. But there's the kill as Chromie shows no mercy, comes in and hammers Liming into the ground. 6 kills against 1. Level lead now for them. And look at those talents, by the way. Damn. What is Rutsu doing in this game? Went into the Force Armor on level 1 and then followed it up with Seeker as the level 7 talent. No Calamity. That is a bit crazy. No Calamity for him. Doesn't want to be too close to the action here. Top side, Abathar is there. Blade 2. Blade, you're not gonna win this one. I can tell you that much. There's already the channel. Jumps in. Oh, no Dragonite. Bot lane has already been taken. And actually, Zeratul in this case jumped out since Abathar was needed elsewhere. So he helped out at the bottom of the map. Double control now for the blue team, so they're still threatening the Dragonite. They haven't given up on this one yet. Neither should they. And off we go. Starting to play the game over there. Hazuops. Yeah, careful, buddy. Super low. And they really wanted to go for it. X-Ray has to be careful here too, but he's fine. At least for now. Yeah, there's our level 10 talents again. Blade is moving in now as well. They're still fighting for this one. Dino jumps out, gets the Ancestral, can move back in and does that immediately. Gets the kill against the Haka. And it looks like Liming is going to fall too. Wow, survives barely. But Dino is starting to make the play for Wit. And Wit, don't tell me he gets away. He actually gets, no he doesn't. Abathar gets the kill. Oh my god. For a moment I thought he had a chance, but yeah. Quickly learned differently. So the top setup is still the same. I mean, it's really just Zeratul against Dehaka here the entire time. Kill against kill. So they're trying to make their plays. All of a sudden, Blade in trouble. Blade! Oh, Lauba comes in too. He's not going to survive. Dehaka is just dying all over the place. Finally, they have level 10. But Rega has also been eliminated, so that's at least something. But that fort, of course, is going to fall for sure now. So now that we have the Nano Boost, maybe Rutsu has a chance to take the team to the next level here. Problematic is still that he doesn't have Calamity. At least I think it's problematic. We'll see how much he can actually get out of this one. When we look at the damage output, not even 10,000 for Liming at this point. I mean, it's a massive gap between them. We have currently 17,000 damage for Zeratul. Yeah, it's honestly kind of awesome to see today not only previously tie on Zeratul, but also get a bit of a glimpse on Dino. Dino, by the way, was watching the game when Tai was playing Zeratul, and he just freely admitted and said, like, he thinks that that Tai is the better Zeratul player, but the two of them are honestly just both really strong. Yeah, in this case, on the other hand, he got locked down. That taunt, all that hate and rage. Dragonite is taken. It seems like Wit is going to fall regardless. But now that they have the decay, they can definitely go for the second fort here. Zul is dead, so that's at least a little bit of light at the horizon at the end of the tunnel here. But that's a kill against Chromie. Yeah, you can time out that all you want, Tai, but at the end of the day, you're going to fall. There's the kill. The Seeker value right there. Abathar, by the way, the Slug tunneled into the middle to take the fort down, so that means that the Dragonite has to be a bit more careful than you normally would have to be. Because, well, if the Dragonite expires and the Slug is sitting in the middle of it, then that is just lights out. So, yeah, right there. Okay, 18,000 damage, 13,000 for Liming now, so she's starting to catch up a little bit. 13 talents, as usual. Soma transference for Zeratul. And ooh, Zeratul! And he's still alive. God, it's so annoying to go up against a decent Zeratul player. Nick with a copy. So double Zeratul is in. Liming! Oh my god, they actually saved her. Wit is playing out of his mind in some of these cases. Hazuop's also trying to escape, but there's no chance. Honestly, Zul at this point just moving in time and time again. just using his bone prison, it's just nuts. And he has jailers again, amplified damage as a level 13 right now. And there's so many heroes that now can capitalize on these setups, and they do that every time they get a chance. Topside, Blade. Yeah, he gets out. Barely, but he does. Still a bit cautious here on the other hand, but of course he wants the drag. Gets the isolation, that's a good start, and gets dropped by Zul's skeletal mages right here. So that's another kill. Easy peasy. Set up at the bottom of the map. Lauber on the run, gets flipped over, taunted, and the Ancestral hits him. Wit is actually too deep and will be eliminated. 13 kills against 5. It's a kill-heavy game. The red team in particular is just chasing heroes all day, every day, 6 days to Sunday. Top lane, that's where Zeratul is starting to also wave clear a little bit. But the fight is still happening at the bottom of the map. 16 is now ready for Lauber and his team. And with that, we have for Zeratul now also the Master Warblade. We get the Adrenaline boost. Another big boy talent. Dehaka, by the way, playing it out at the top, but the wall has fallen. And we have the Bone Spear now for Zeratul. So, we go down to the bottom of the map again. Everybody rushing back to get some mana at this point. Shrine still activating over here. Let's have a look at the damage output as the... Ooh, Junkrat is actually down. Yeah, Taino gets another isolated kill. 5 deaths on Dehaka. 4 on Garrosh. And 0 on Abathar. He's a survivor. Yeah, and Wit is all of a sudden sitting tight. He's like, team, help! Help! But, yep, there's no help coming. Zeratul is just too much. 29,000 damage right now. As another kill. Nicely done. That's Ana dead. Zul comes in. He wants the slow. He gets the slow. And there we have it. That's going to be another kill for the red team. And maybe even a keep. They go for Blade. They take him down. There's also the setup against Li Ming. And damn. Rutsu makes it out, but that was scary for just a second. And they're going for Azops again. He just doesn't stand a chance. He can't do anything about this. He just doesn't have the hit point pool. There's nobody to protect him. And they are just dropping those backline heroes like it's nothing. Seriously. They're dropping those backline heroes like Peter Murdin drops candy. So now that we have a taunt at least in play, they could try and control Dino, but they can't. Taunt was a good attempt, but it wasn't really enough. 18 kills against 5. Just like, what the hell? 15 against 18, that's the 3-level lead that we're talking about. Dragonite is taken. I mean, that one wasn't even contested by anyway. Move against the keep. They are just dominating so hard, it honestly hurts. I mean, at this point, it's getting absolutely nasty. Bot lane pressure, Zeratul is just all over the place. The entire blue team is terrified of Zeratul. I mean, they're terrified, seriously. I mean, look at this. He appears at any point. He can appear behind you. Just take a kill there, gets a couple of cleaves in, gets a couple of hits in, has the Abathar support, which makes this entire thing, of course, so much more dangerous. And the red team, although the blue team, just never really had an opportunity to gain control of the game. If they do that against Abathar, then have a really good shot, but that never really manifested itself. So there's structure after structure lost on the blue team side as they're desperately trying to get back into this. They have level 16 talents now. That's at least for a short period of time, granting them even fights. The Zeratul kill might set them up for a good defense here at the bottom. Maybe they can also follow up with another kill. Nick, of course, is going to fall on the copy, but they want to go for the real kills. Tai! Is he going to fall? Nano boost. Rega gets away. Li Ming is going to be bitten in just a second. Li Ming and the kill as Rega jumps in. Li Ming down. Ana down too. Dehaka is dead. They started this off so well with a kill against Zeratul. Now the top keep is nearly gone. Will likely fall to the catapult. Down here we see another kill coming through as Garrosh dies. And that's the end of the keep, of course. That's 22 kills against 6. Level 20 talents are in. Mid lane is getting pressured. Top lane likely gonna fall soon, and they can just go from one to the next lane and take them all apart. What a dominant performance, and showcasing again the strength of Zeratul in the hands of a great player, especially with Abathar support. They are absolutely murdering here. Yeah, keeps are all under pressure. So is the core on the other hand, as they are all starting to move in again. That's a kill against Ana. They're taking them wherever they find them. Yeah, Lauba and his boys have already the entire shield eliminated, and the core is losing hit points as we speak. Yeah, Blade on the other hand, he might fire now too. Zeratul is back, takes the keep quickly. Leaving Chromie is at the top. Dies to the fort, to the keep. What? Tai, you noob. Yeah, that's definitely a report incoming. Right there. So Chromie is suiciding. Goes down. And the core is down to 60% already. Double kill from Abathur. Make it a triple, baby. And with 50% on the core, there's no doubt anymore how this is going to end. Nicely done by the red team. Dominant performance here with the Abathur setup that they were using throughout the entire game. Incredibly well played here. Showcasing once again the power of Zeratul in the hands of the top player. GG, and well done. 27 kills against 7. A well-deserved victory. Okay, boys, Battlefield of Eternity, let's go. Another in-house game here on the European side, and mixed teams, of course. We're mixing up still. A couple of people that haven't played in the last one have now just joined in, queued up. And Battlefield is the map, which is always kind of fun. I like that. Yeah, so at this point, I would actually expect if Jimmy gets picked that he goes for Exterminator in particular. I mean, obviously before that was already popular talent on Battlefield, but at the same time, now that they've nerfed Ace in the Hole a little bit, seems like the best one. So, we have right now our ban phase coming through. I mean, which bans do we really expect here? Honestly, I don't really know because there's so many heroes that you kind of want to get rid of. You can get rid of Greymane, you can get rid of Deathwing, you can get rid of like top lane pressure. Vala with an arrow build is great. Li Ming is fantastic here. There's just like too much that you could really address with all of this. But at least Deathwing should be banned out. We still don't see him a lot here. Okay, Ana gets banned. There were a lot of combos with Ana plus Li Ming, for example. Happened really a ton just lately. So there's that. What else are we gonna get? Yeah, Deathwing. Shocking! The Deathwing ban. Totally didn't see that coming. Yeah, as usual. Deathwing is in. Well, in as in banned. And let's see, what are they gonna ban out? I'm also interested to see if, for example, Lauba is gonna pick that Zul main tank again. Now, one of the cool things, of course, if you're playing these in-house games is when there's a new patch, like in this case, you still have a lot of wiggle room, you know, where you can play around with a couple of heroes that maybe previously you didn't really focus on all that much. You can test them out in that environment and then later on use them with your team. Especially since in this case, on the weekend, we have Division S, the playoffs. So for all of these players right here, it's a fantastic testing ground to just check out the changes a little bit. Maybe try a hero or not that they might want to drop in an actual team composition. But yeah, so Vala gets banned out, no arrow build in this game. We have also the ban against Alarak. Swamgrota doesn't get to play his hero. Zarya didn't get banned though. Swamgrota loves to play Zarya on this map too. So that's that. Yeah, actually for a second I was thinking if maybe they even first pick Zarya to take it away from Swamgrota. And there it is. Told you. Okay, so there we have it. Yeah, that was an interesting one. Yeah, I like that. So they go straight in for the Zarya pick, so that Swamgrota can't get it. Like, Swamgrota's heroes on this map, when he gets access to any of them, are usually Alarak or Zarya, or at least that's two of his preferred ones. Him on Medivh, on the other hand, is also nasty, especially when you play with Garrosh. You can set up the portals so that Garrosh moves in and taunts them easily. So that's that. But I like that Zarya pick. That's actually great. Okay, so let's actually see what they can do with that. I mean, what do you play with Zarya? It's also most of the question. And that could be Jimmy, honestly. Li Ming, Tai on Li Ming. There we go. Malfurion is in too. I mean, theoretically, who do they have? Blade and Lauba. Tai could also be playing something else. But if they stick with this lineup, then it's likely that we're going to see 3 melee heroes for them. Lauba on the main tank and Blade on the side laner and Hazu with the rest of the team at the bottom of the map. If they stick it out like this. That would be a bit tricky against the Medivh composition. It can actually backfire quickly. So Lauber doesn't get to play as ETC. That one gets banned out now too. Okay. Still a lot of good tanks up though. We can still play Jojo, for example. Melganis is also up. And I'm most interested right now what Dino is going to play. I mean, there is still the option to go for Jimmy, as I said earlier, and play Executioner here if you want to execute some pressure onto the Immortal. Or at least there was an option to go for Jimmy until now. So, yeah, they shut that down quickly. No Jimmy this time. Would have been very heavily protected with Medivh and Garrosh, everything. So, yeah, don't really want them in this position. Okay, so X-Ray. Anna's banned out. Malfurion is taken away from him. So what else is he going to go for? Are we going to see that Rhaegar setup? Or are we going to see something along the lines of... Ooh, Stukov. Stukov and Greymane. Alright, the Admiral is in. Greymane as well. There's the Arthur's pick. Yeah, Arthur's got changed a little bit too. In the patch. Arthur's side lane. Now what are we going to look at here? And then again, Masquerade as the last one to choose on the red team side. But first of all, there's the Zul setup. Lauber does it again. Trying to test Zul out a little bit. So, well, let's see. Masquerade. What are we getting for him? I mean, normally, obviously, in the main tank position, but now it seems like we're just taking over in that spot. So he's going to be on the off lane. Which for a main tank shouldn't really be that big of a deal either, depending which hero they pick. I mean, there's a lot of tanks that can serve as offlaners too, if you really want to. And... bam! Malthael! Okay, let's go. Malthael, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump in. Battlefield of Eternity, our next map. Okay, boys, let's go. Blue team on Battlefield of Eternity with Blade on Arthur's, Lauber on Zul as the main tank in this game. Ty on Lemming, Galnagulna on Malfurion, and Hazorps on Zarya. X-Ray for the red team is playing Stukov in this game. We have Dino on Greymane, Svamkorot on Medivh, Wit on Garrosh, and Masquerade on Malthael. Yeah, now Princey up at the top has actually been changed quite a bit by Blizzard. So not only did his hit point pool increase, but also the health regeneration increased. And they changed a couple of his talents. Rune Tab is a bit more powerful right now. Heals you for 5% compared to the 4% that it did previously. And they also played around with the level 20 talents, trying to make the Storm talents a bit stronger just in general. So it will be interesting if we're going to see a little bit more Arthurs. Personally, I'm disappointed that they actually did not change the damage that you get from his level 1 stacking quest. I really think that increasing the damage that you gain with every attack from 4 to 5 would have by no means made him too powerful, and would have at least in some circumstances made it a little bit of a fun memey talent to play around with. But obviously outside of brawls, and even in brawls, there's not really a reason to play around with that talent, since you're not going to end up in a melee assassin Arthur situation anyways. So a bit of a lost opportunity in my opinion. But, well, as we're going for our first few kills, we have Lauber going down. Zul is eliminated. Doesn't survive here, so Lauber testing out Zul today quite a bit. The hero has seen changes, as mentioned, and is now more sustainable, especially with the level 7 talent. And therefore, a bit more played in that position as the main tank. And Malthael is sitting topside in this Arthur's duel down here, though, with a kill against Zul. That means that the camp is likely going to be claimed. They're currently trying to check that out, and here we go. Flip, and Galnagulna is about to go down with prepping those kills for the games. Pretty fantastic setup here for him, so yeah, nicely done. Okay, so at the same time, with 2 kills against 0, 9 stacks for Medivh. Of course, Svamkorot needs to be careful around that until he completes the quest. Zarya with Feel the Heat again. Hazorps taking a page out of the book of Svamkorot's playstyle right there. The rotation of Greymane to the top empowers them now also to go for the camp. Arthas is trying to fight it out with Malthael there for just a moment. But since Greymane rotates in, there's little that he can do in the long run, so he has to let that slide. Which means that thanks to the 2 kills that happened at the bot lane, the red team is walking away with both of the mercenary camps. So nice setup for them. Early level 4 also. Part of the advantage that they have through that. And now down to the bottom of the map, Lauba still doing his little thing there. So, yeah, here we go. Okay. X-Ray and his boys are starting to take the damage right there. Starting to take the camp down. Speed bubble, by the way. Speed barrier is actually going to be really interesting for Arthas in particular. I mean, Arthas' problem, or one of his problems, is that he doesn't really have a proper gap closer. If you miss, for example, the Howling Blast, it's really difficult for you to get close to the opponent's team. And when it comes to escapes, then it's also a bit of an issue. Mobility until 20 is really a little bit of a meh thing, but that would help. Lauba goes down again, though, so the red team is really coming in, swinging. Taking down 3 heroes and getting themselves a very spectacular lead in experience, which could also translate into an early level 7, and either way, level 7 or no level 7, into a lead on the objective. And they are doing really well here. I mean, Greyman is just like plowing through that hit point pool. Yeah, that's a halftime show. Easily won. No problem. At all. None so fucking ever. So now the chance to go for the first objective and try and pressure the lane with that. There's already our little setup as they're trying to escape through the portal, but Medivh is not only granting vision but also allowing them to set up another kill whenever, and as I said earlier, the level 7 talent is looming on the horizon, so that's a threat. And Malthael is trying to get it, which triggers Li Ming's move to the left side in order to get some hit points eliminated here. Okay, and off we go. There comes the attack. Ooh, the flip. Immortal Sun actually helping out a bit too, but he is losing hit points quickly. The stuns have to be dodged, and they do exactly that. A few more broccoli stacks here. Different setup, by the way, for Zul this time. Lauba has shifted from his level 1 talent and has now gone into the Reaper's Toll. Cooldown reduction. Which actually makes a lot of sense in this case when you're having those big battles on the map, but just look at that Immortal Shield. Oh boy. Bot lane is gonna be attacked and they have level 7, they have the big shield on the first Immortal. That likely is gonna result in a fort that will be destroyed here. That's kind of what you can expect now. Greymane is already jumping in straight away, trying to take those towers down quickly. We're even having the portal set up to allow Garrosh to go into the back. Malfurion is of course trying to play around that by controlling the portal with his roots, dropping them onto the portal whenever it spawns, to make it difficult for anybody to move through here. Level 7 talents, that's where we get Calamity again. Yeah, there's our setup. HSQ is in, Malfurion in trouble, and Masquerade just saying hello on Malthael, but as you can already tell, this fort is doomed. No chance lands, not happening. Push at the top lane then again. Lauba has used his push power on Zul to push the lane out, take the entire wall down. Adds at least something. I mean, it could have been worse, honestly. So yeah, he gets some value for the team. Immortal will still do a bit of damage at the wall. It's not going to be too crazy with both of the towers here. This is going to be taken down very, very quickly. There's a bit of serious damage on the tower, but again, not really threatening the thing itself. Medivh has 18 stacks. So Medivh is in a position where he's roughly halfway done with his quest before he can breathe a sigh of relief and just simply chill a little bit more or play more aggressive. Both fine. Good lockdown. Yeah, it's actually, with Arthas, Howling Blast, and Malfurion Roots, there's a lot of tools that they have to control the portal a little bit, and I really like the way they play around it. Already trying to go for the lockdown against X-Ray. Oh, there's a lot of heroes that are insanely low here. But Li Ming can't get the kill, and she can't get the reset. She goes down, and so does Zul. The red team had multiple heroes incredibly low. X-Ray is still dying here to Zarya. Wit might fall too, so it's a 2-for-3 trade, actually, as Zarya also dies. But just imagine if Li Ming wouldn't have been the first one to fall here. If she survives and comes in to get the first kill and then capitalizes on the resets, she would have been so much more. That would have been insane. So now that we have 6 kills against 2, there's our level 10 abilities. Leyline, Tormented Souls, and of course the Taunt, plus the bullets. Camps are now taken on the map. Level 10 give them, of course, a massive, massive lead in terms of map control that they're using to the best of their abilities here. Talking about camp pressure, with the Immortal now spawning again in a couple of seconds, we already have the blue team as the red team on the right side, going straight for the Shaman camps again, as he should. There's a level 10, so it's an eye-level fight over the next Immortal. And this is going to be an important one. Losing the second fort would be a bit annoying, yeah? Twilight Dream is in, and on top of that, We currently have the... Well, I was going for Repulsion, but we're not quite there yet. The Wave of Force has been claimed for Liming. Trying to make the players again. Again, if you're a little bit newer to this, you never really take Disintegrate. The only reason to Disintegrate is when you have an Uberak on the other side and you want to burn down the Cocoon quickly. It's the only reason to go for Disintegrate. If you're a good Liming player, then you're always going to play around the Wave of Force in an attempt to just like set kills up for your team. Down here already, a little bit of a defense against all of this. Top side, well, X-Ray could actually die and will. Wave of Force already used, pushing him a little bit farther into the Frozen Tempest of Blade. Gets the speed barriers they're trying to move in. The first kill was already helpful. Indomitable from Wit helps him to move out. Leyline, a defensive one to buy some time and let them escape here as they're trying to chase the Immortal hit points down. It's a race for the Immortal points. And halftime show is won by a fairly small margin, actually, by the red team. So they still won the halftime show here. If they don't lose a hero at this point, then they're going to be in a decent spot. Look at Medivh, by the way. He's at 33 stacks now. So another 7. He is done with the quest. That'll be great for him. There's the attack at the top. Bullet baby. But, well, they're still moving out of this one. And it seems like the red team is actually going to lose this one. This is going to be clutch. Kill attempt against Malfurion. Drops the Twilight Dream, is still alive. Lauber also low. And the Immortal falls or is about to. But so does Tai. Tai goes down and Lauber also dies a painful death. Zul is dead. Nobody likes the Necromancer. And that's Hazo eliminated too. They win the Immortal, so they prevent the worst. The worst would be they lose heroes and then they also lose the objective. But with now the 4th one eliminated, it's not only obvious that the Immortal is not going to do jack shit for the blue team, but also they're going to lose much more because the wall is going to fall. I don't think that the keep can be eliminated by the red team, but they are doing some mad damage down at the bottom of the map now. 10 kills against 3. And, yep, everybody going for the defense on the right side as they're trying to protect their fort for a little bit longer, which could just barely be possible. Maybe not. Nah, most likely not. Well, actually, no. There it is. Alright, fort for fort now. Still, big lead in experience. Level 12 versus level 13. Let's take a quick look at the damage output. Virulent reaction for Stukov, by the way. Yeah, that's honestly something that most people really don't want to talk about these days, because with that coronavirus just like going absolutely hammer, virulent reaction is the last thing that people want. So X-Ray is already terrifying his opponents simply with a talent choice, but that's also why he's the first target. They're not really mad at him, they're just mad at that stupid virus. So damn, Stukov goes down right away. Zul at this point has also been eliminated, so a kill for a kill here. And Malthael completes his quest right there. Blade. Well, guess what? He's not gonna make it out of there. So that's 12 kills against 4 now. Which is pretty nuts, honestly. That is pretty insane. 12 kills against 4. Now with the level 4, with the level 13 talents on both sides. Again, we are even talents, at least that. The question is always like, can you capitalize on the kill count? And what does that mean? I mean, usually it means you want to tie and take some structures down, you want to steal camps, you want to try and take a keep down, maybe get the objective, and so far a lot of that hasn't actually worked out the way that they really want to. They're taking small camps, but they couldn't really take anything big yet. They couldn't take a keep. They couldn't win the objective on the back of it. They were defending their own lanes more so than anything else, but the big threat to the blue team is this level 16 talent that will drop next into the hands of the red team. So if they play their cards right here, with Malthael already trying to get the experience at the bottom of the map, the camp about to be taken, if nobody dies over here, then it's going to be a great setup. Medivh on 38 stacks. He's not done with the quest yet. He is incredibly close. He should actually get it in the next fight, but there's still a chance that he dies before he completes it and is reset to 0. Yeah, there's our setup again. They're making the play now. They go for Wit. Wit! Ooh, where's the shield? Where's the save? Stukov! They're all trying to keep him alive, but it's not enough. They counter kill again against Lauber. He goes down. Medivh completes his quest. There's the ley line. They're already isolating Malfurion. They really want the kill here. Tormented souls, baby. and we have 2 heroes getting attacked. X-rays run into the ground, and instead it might be Blade who falls. He was trying to get the kill against Stukov. He goes down. Malthael has also been eliminated to top. The keep, or the fort, is about to be taken apart, and the destruction is going to continue at the bottom of the map, where now the keep itself is assailed. Malfurion is tapping the fountain. They're still trying to go for the objective, but they are losing ground all over the place now. Both lanes are getting pushed by camps that were previously taken. The fight over here still raging on, with level 16 talents readily available for the red team. Hazorp's in trouble, and the wolf goes in and takes him apart. Quick hit. Bot lane keep is losing hit points too. Stukov, he came back and, well, died finally over here. Blade couldn't do it earlier on Arthur's, but now Stukov is down. Arthur's is trying to defend the bot lane, and he kind of has to. But this is not really a good setup for the blue team by any means. They lost 50% of their HP of the keep at the bottom of the map. More than that, actually. Blade is finally destroying all of this, but the red team is in a much better spot now. Now, after the halftime show, maybe even before that, level 16 talents will be ready for the blue team, so that's at least a chance. They have an opportunity to fight back into this. Damage at Butchers, to give you guys a bit of an idea. Malfurion, 19,000. Actually more damage than Arthur's. Broccoli makes it possible. Level 4 talent stacks are not looking too bad. Yeah, there's a big fight again. They're going to force this. Nice ult from Zarya. That one was clutch. If not for that, they would have actually lost that objective here. They didn't have level 16 at the time. Swamgrotta, and he's down. Medivh is dead. Level 16 talents for the blue team. Boys and girls are going to make a comeback here. Look at this. The 16 value right away, thanks to the remorseless Winter. And there was absolutely no remorse whatsoever as they went for the werewolf and took down Dino. Nicely done. Really well done here. So, yep, that's a good one. Entire setup down here is already coming through as they're locking them down again. Trying to go for Stukov. Blade, he's like, team? Yeah, there's very little to do. They tried to break him through the wall here, and they might be able to make that play, and indeed they do. Well played also by Hazorp with Zarya, who again uses the expulsion zone to help the team out, and that's a big push bot side now. Liming is still busy at the Immortal, trying to control it for the team, and actually gets it. It will travel top side to take the fort down, but at the bottom of the map, with all the kills they got, they're currently trying to get at least the wall destroyed, and they are successful. 10 kills against 15, 17 versus 17, and well, here we go. He can still take this. Not if Khaldor dies this quickly though. He gets the barrier. Speed barrier. Yeah, he tries to get away, but oh, that was a bad spot to be caught by 4 heroes. Yeah, 3 down. Malfurion, Zarya, and Zul all dead. Top Immortal is going to take the keep down. Now they can still, of course, go straight in for the keep at the top. 4 top laners died, and now they're going to go for keep. I mean, this shouldn't really happen. At the bottom of the map, this is definitely going to happen, and they can go for core here. Not, though, if he dies. Wit is alive. It's alive. We should call him Frankie. Frankenstein's monster is still in play, but now that they actually bought... I mean, Blade bought his team some time. And that means that they can't go for core, but let's take a quick look at the top here. Guys, if this keep falls, then it's just an even trade. That would be a problem. Yeah, this could very well be an even trade. This is going to be close. This is going to be really close. One more hit! Oh! They save it. They save it for now, but damn, that was clutch. One more hit and that keep would have fallen for sure. 40,000 damage for Zul. He's the top damage dealer on the blue team side. Again, Zul has been reworked a bit. Quite a bit actually. 60,000 for Greymane. Now let's talk about Zul again. So for Zul we have on level 7 still the Wall of Bones. I mean, that has been pretty much a talent that enables him, amongst other things, to stay in the main tank position right now. On level 16 though, we have Decrepify. So after we had the cooldown reduction on level 4, it's a bit of a different approach that Lauber went this time. No Bone Spear on level 16, but thanks to the cooldown reduction, he makes the move into Decrepify on level 16 with all of this. And tries to play that through. 19 versus 19, 10 kills against 18. Nearly level 20. This is more or less going to guarantee them the Storm talent. And then we're gonna see that fight for the next Immortal. That's at least what they're hoping for. And there's the 20 talents, which gives us the Titanic Might, Hunter's Blunderbuss, Medivh Cheats. We know. Push comes to shove, and Malthael very likely with the No Ones Can Stop Death. Bottom keep is already down. They get a bit of value through the bottom push with the catapults. Top lane is getting pressured by the camp, and now that the Immortal is about to spawn, there's of course a chance for them to grab that early. Blue team is still closing in on 20, so they have a chance of getting their Storm Talents just in time for the fight itself. But there will be a bit of a lead for the red team regardless. At least that's what you would imagine. So let's see how they're gonna pan this out. Right now also, damage output. 60,000, 40,000. Zul died quite a bit, by the way. 7 times. 4 deaths on Zarya. Entire team had some trouble here. Yeah, they're obviously still experimenting with the new patch too. But there's the halftime show. Easy victory on that. But here come the level 20 talents, and especially Arthur's has of course been changed quite a bit on that talent. Off we go with a Mortal Wound already in. Arthur's with the anti-magic shell right there, trying to deny some of the damage, and the double kill, the triple kill against the red team. Yes, they take them easy peasy. 3 heroes down, Dino on the run, and Malthael is back to business thanks to his level 20. Also, Archon for Tai. It's the laser show, baby. What's happening over here? Okay, there we go. Just trying to tingle the Immortal a little bit. Successfully done so far. Tickle, tickle, baby. So with that, we have Tai dropping even more damage, and they're of course going to try and siege up a little bit. Top keep shouldn't really be a problem for them if they get anybody close enough, especially if it's Liming. Down at the bottom of the map, Zul using his wave clear to simply push all of this out, so that's that. And up to the top, there's the defense in, but they're obviously going to try and burst through that bot lane if they have a chance. 13 versus 18, it's going to be a 5 versus 5 again in just a second. And off we go, checking those bushes, nice, I like it. Trying to make sure that they're not getting ambushed, not flanked. They have vision now. And there's the chance. 5 versus 5 bot lane. 19-minute Immortal, ladies. Here we go. That's the opportunity. 20 stacks on Broccoli, by the way. And off we go. Blade at the front again with his Arthurs. A little bit stronger now. Got slightly buffed. 20 talents in particular. But even outside of that, there's the ley line. Dodged by Tai. Nicely done by him. Wit, can they go for him? Portals are set up and it saves him. The keep is down. And I think they're going to defend this. Unless there's a few kills, I don't think that core is going to fall. The Immortal is already gone. If they get anybody to the top, they can at least take down the second keep. So that would be nice for them too. But here's the setup. Right there. With a bit of a lockdown. Alright. Damage, but the shield is in, denies all of it. Oh, root control, taunt. Yeah, they're trying to lock him in. But there's the Howling Blast. Tormented Souls being played right here. Trying to jump into the back. Blade needs to be careful, but he has the army up, so that's fine. All the ults have been used here. Everybody's just poking. Poking, trying to control all of this. Tai nearly with the kill against Wit. If Tai makes it to the top for just a second, he can burn this down with Archon in no time. But they're still pushing. They see the opportunity, and they go for Greymane, and he's dead. Greymane is down. No chance for him. Greymane eliminated, and that might be the opening that the blue team needed. They are already looking at the core. They're saying, guys, we got an opportunity here. Let's use it. They're looking for more kills. They have a lot of lockdown that they could use. Tai is trying to jump in again. Already the rest of them are starting to apply even more pressure. Wit is low and might even fall here. Uses the 20 to jump back, but there's the kill against Zul. Kill number 8, and that's exactly what they needed. They can't lose too many on the way back, and with Medivh, they can chase. The red team can chase. If they get more kills, they can go for core. Bottom is eliminated. Top, by the way, gets pushed. This might be the end of the top keep, but maybe it doesn't even matter anymore, because Galdagulna is low and gets eliminated by Medivh. Tai is about to fall too, and that could be a lot of trouble. Tai down. Hazops is also going to fall. Top keep is getting eliminated, but the big question is, can they end the game right now? Can the red team move across the map and simply end the game, or will they focus onto the Immortal instead? Greymane is underway now. Greymane can move in, and he's actually hesitating here for just a second. Do I need to take care of the catapults, yes or no? The answer is no. Screw them. 40 seconds left. 10 until we have Zul back. And all that Blade can do right now is delay them. Delay, delay, delay. Try to not die, but even if he does, just delay the opponent. Buy time for the rest of the team to respawn. Death timers are still pretty big, and here comes Greymane. Zul is back to business, and they try to go for the kill. Big shove. Big shove. I mean, that was a bad boy shove right there. Zul is dead again, and they are just simply hammering down the core right now. Exactly what they should. There's 3 catapults on the blue team side, pushing the top lane and trying to go for the core as well, but I don't think it even matters anymore. 50% on the core. There's a flip. Gulnar, he came, he saw, he died. Very, very GG, and that is game as the red team claims victory on Battlefield of Eternity. GG, and well done. Alright everyone, another one. Let's go. 2 more Spider Queen is the map. And let's see what we get here. We have, what do we have in terms of players? Oh, a few more jumping in, okay. Honestly, it's really cool. It's kind of nice. The entire last few weeks and months, we've pretty much looked at the Division S teams in particular that played not only in the league but also in tournaments. And we had, of course, Division 6, Division 7. But it's kind of cool to see the players here on a high level just play these games with completely different, like, mixed teams and experiment also a bit on the newest patch now with heroes. So it's kind of nice. It's actually kind of fun. It's a little bit different, but there's a lot of cool games. I mean, the Battlefield of Eternity game earlier was just like, whew, spicy. Now Zul gets banned actually in this case. Okay, Kerrigan gets banned too. I mean, Nick at this point is actually he's just sad face all day, every day. His Kerrigan gets banned out over and over and over and over again. The funny thing is that even when he played Kerrigan in one of the earlier games and the Kerrigan lost, so they actually lost the game, they still banned him out the entire time. Okay, Tyrael gets banned as well. Here on Tomb. I mean, Zulu also gets banned, of course, because the rotation between the lanes right now is pretty insane. So not only does he have the capabilities more so than before to be in a frontline position and is a bit more tanky, yeah, but at the same time, his wave clear when he rotates is still absolutely stellar, and wave clear is a premium on Tomb of Spider Queen, so it's just nice. So now we have also Deathwing banned out. Okay, no shocker here. Which actually leaves us with pretty much every single range damage dealer that you can possibly think about. So you can play Vala with a multi-shot setup, you can go for Chromie here, you can go for Junkrat. There's so many heroes at this point that are really just excellent when it comes to this. First of all, we get Ana, so they're playing the supports a little bit more before anything else. But, yeah, I kind of like it actually. Nick in particular, what's he gonna get? Wave clear. Blade already, sorry, Wit going for Johanna. Malfurion is in. This time Tai and also Dainu are both sitting out, so we are... I mean, we can still see Zeratul, of course, but we're not gonna see them playing any of those heroes super aggressively. They had their fun earlier, I suppose. Both of them got at least to play Zeratul once, with the results that you would expect. Both of them won. Yeah, there's Zarya again. And Jaina. Hazu going for Jaina. No skin at all, by the way. Come on, bro. You're better than that. Give her a nice dress or something. But yeah, Zarya is actually getting played over and over and over again right now. I mean, the hero is really powerful in enabling 4-man setups in any variation, if you want to go through a lane here. And over here you have decent poke. You can also totally empower any other hero right now, keep the front line alive a little bit longer. And especially at the front line, I'm actually interested in what we're going to see for the bot lane right now, since this is very likely going to be a triple melee setup again. And then the question remains, what is going to be your bot lane here? What's the one that you're really trying to set down there? So, next ban, ETC is banned out, and with that, we are looking at a Junkrat ban. Okay, that poke is obviously pretty epic. I And with poke, I not only mean the wave clear and the poke on lane, but also when your opponent tries to turn in gems. If you just like fire those grenades straight into the points, you easily can take that down. In this case, Gul'dan for a little bit more wave clear. So they actually have already a fair amount. They have Gul'dan, they got Johanna. Both of them are just fantastic when it comes to clearing out the waves quickly. We have Rexa for the bottom of the map, so that's another good setup. Also great for interrupts when you send Misha in. Patch, of course, has changed Rexa a little bit. He himself does more damage now. Misha has lost some of the hit points in the sustain. So there's that. And yeah. Which forces Rexa to play more of an active role, I want to say. Like just sitting back with Rexa and letting Misha do all the heavy lifting. Doesn't really work the same way anymore. Mal'Ganis gets played too. And Sonya. Alright. Sonya at the bot lane. Okay, let's go for it. Rexa against Sonya. Spin to win, baby. And let's go. Nick. What are we going to get? The X Factor. Nick is the X Factor pick. He can play the normal stuff, he can play the curveball pick, and he goes for Tychus. Alrighty guys, let's go. Tomb of the Spider Queen is the map, so let's jump in and check out which team is gonna walk away with a W on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game on! Game... I'm so used to just like going through the best of 3, best of 5 series and just like game number 1, game number 2, game number 3. And yeah, so I always end up with the same setup here in these in-house games where I start with my sentence and then I realize, wait a second, there's no number here. This is just a game after game after game. So yeah, we're looking at Tomb of the Spider Queen now. We have X-Ray and Gul'dan for the blue team, Blade on Rexa, Khaldor, Gul'dan, Malfurion, Nick on Tychus, and Wit on Johanna. And over to the right side of the map, Svamkorotta on Ana, Sven on Sonya, Masquerade is playing Mal'Ganis, Rutsu on Zarya, and Hazoops is playing Jaina. Interesting setup for this one. And with that, we're heading straight up into our game here. Obvious picks are obvious, at least on level 1. Gul'dan straight up with the Echoed Corruption. Still the same Sleeping Dart setup for Ana. It's kind of interesting to see Svamkorotta actually on Ana. This is not really something that you would usually expect here. Hazoops at this point pausing the game too, but honestly, with what we're seeing from them here, I really expected Svamkorotta to switch over to Zarya, but he's not playing the hero, and we actually have maximum charge as the level 1 talent now on that. So that kind of will be interesting. But yeah, him on the supports, Svamkorotta, that is more than a little bit new. So that's not something that I honestly did expect here. Now, while we're having our little break, I'm not quite sure if somebody dropped. Doesn't really seem that way. So maybe just a bit of a technical difficulty. And well, the game already continues and allows us to quickly look at Dash as the talent for Tychus. Sven is already jumping in with Sonya. And yes, there we go. Every single time I see Sven as a name in the game here, I have to think about How I Met Your Mother and this stupid, what was it? Like, okay, Sven already goes down. It's like architecture firm that Mr. Mosby always had to go up against. I mean, that guy, first of all, that guy was a loser. But outside of that, every single time you had like Barney and Sven in the game, that was kind of funny. So it's kind of flashbacks every single time I see the name. And if you ever watch that series, you definitely know what I'm talking about right now. Anyways, so for now we have 1 kill against 1 kill, so everybody eliminated 1 for now. But yeah, let's have a bit of a look here. What we're gonna get? We have on level 1 also now the War Paint. Didn't help. Sven in the early stages, but yeah. And he has a kill potentially against Tychus. Nick is a bit low, but thanks to Malfurion, he might actually survive through all of that. Hazoops is still sitting at the side saying like, I need my cooldown back. But can't get the kill right there. So off we go. Shields are in. And Rutsu is doing well so far. Wit, on the other hand, is chasing Svamkorotta and Hazu. Sven is already dead again. Oh, Sven. And yeah, they're at least taking some damage here in the middle, but so far it's looking really good for the blue team. Getting the 2 kills in here, and I mean, they're pretty much just chasing the opponent out. It's a little bit of a weird thing to say. So far it's really looking good for them, and we're only 2 minutes in and we didn't even see level 4 talents yet. But you know what I mean. They are very aggressive on the map. They are really pushing the envelope and always just, yeah, they're always just like starting the initiative here to engage into the opponent and trying forcing a kill here. So it's a really aggressive style that is doing pretty well for them, at least so far. We'll see how much that's going to change once we're looking at the later stages, but still. Oh, that is interesting. Look at Nick. Nick actually, okay, this is gonna be more than interesting. Going for in the rhythm. Now again, it's about the bigger they are, and about the bigger they are. But in this setup, with 3 heroes at the front line now, Nick is actually going for a bit of a different Tigers approach. And this is, as I said previously, one of the things where those in-house games are actually fantastic at, because you can just experiment with a few different things, see how they do in this environment where there's nothing really on the line and you're just like trying to have a good time, practice a little bit and play more high-level plays. And then if it works out and you find a different way to actually play a hero or some variations, maybe test out a talent that you haven't used in a while, then you can always incorporate that in your actual team games. So that's a pretty cool move, you know. Curious to see how it works out. For now, Tigers is trying to drop as much damage as he can, but Rexa is down. And Nick, with his 21 stacks here, has of course be a little bit careful. He might also influence his level 10 choice. Nick, on the other hand, as we talk about it, is low, but instead of him, it's Malfurion that goes down. 3 kills against 2. Ooh, and there's the escape of Johanna. Yeah, so Jojo moves out, but let's see where Nick is going with his Tigers stacking style. Again, he is an incredibly talented player. He played not only in the frontline position, fantastic damage dealer too. And let's see how much he can actually get out of it. Spray game is also on point. I mean, what do you want? There's a turn-in possibility for both of the teams. Both are very close here. Nick comes in and gets 1 stack out of that minigun and not much more than that. So, now that we have grenades set up on level 7, pretty much the norm also, we're looking at Battle Rage for Sonya. And everybody is already starting to jump straight into the middle of the map as we have a 4 versus 4 fight happening right in front of us. But the red team has also turned in at the same time, so they're going to get the first few web beavers here. Yeah, 3 kills against 2. They're already trying to lock down another one. Sven, on the other hand, is not going to be able to make too much happen here on his lonesome. But now that we have 34 stacks for Nick, he can try and get a bit more damage out during these fights. Let's see how far he can go with that. I'm actually really curious to see how much value he gets out of it. Because again, normally it's the coordinated attacks that you really want to have with Tigers, where you go for the bigger they are, you activate the trait, you burn it down quickly, the rest of the team jumps in, and then the coordinated damage just fells the target. That's kind of the play behind it. Talking about dropping targets, Galne Gulnar is getting crushed. It's also down to the bottom of the map. We had the kill against Sonya, but Gul'dan also goes down, and that's the end of Johanna. That is not a good look for the blue team. Not at all. They're losing way too many gems here. It's a huge amount of was just dropped. That's 6 kills against 3, and that's also mad damage through the objective at the mid lane. Top lane gets attacked now too. This is not looking pretty, guys. Not at all. This is a real big problem for them right now. Now, we are already seeing the mid fort nearly destroyed, but taking quite a bit of damage. Top lane the same, and you have to keep in mind, this is the first objective. That usually doesn't do all that much. That's actually, by the way, a meme. 1 fucking hit point. I mean, literally a hit point. Look at it. Rexa goes down at the bottom of the map, so that's another kill. That's 7 against 3. But that fountain has literally a single hit point. You need to sneeze on that and it's dead. Then again, today, if you sneeze and you have coronavirus, you can also take down a full hit point fort. At least that's what I've been told. Don't try this at home, kids. And now we have level 10 versus 10. So both teams with heroic abilities. And we still get Odin. Yeah, back in the days of old, when you went for the stacking quest on level 4, you would always go into the drill. So the idea was always that if you try and play Odin with it, you can't really utilize that properly. But if you play around Odin, then what you want to do is you drop, first of all, the trait, you go straight in for the damage, and then afterwards you activate Odin and go through that. So that's usually the play that you see there. Horrify and the kill. Nice. Nicely done. 57 stacks on the level 4 for now. Level 13 choice is also going to become interesting with that. Usually we would see the Neo Steel coding there. But off we go. Masquerade is on the run. 4 against 7. Getting a bit close. There's still enough gems for a turn-in on the blue team. Despite the fact that they lost a fair amount, thanks to all the kills, or all the deaths that they suffered through. But there's the Web Weaver wave for them. So they're gonna get the Web Weavers onto the ground here. And, well, Hazorps, yeah, he's just poking out with. There's nobody flanking him, so that's not an issue. Needs to be careful now. And then he comes in again, drops a bit more damage. 75 stacks now, and there's the kill. Nicely done. I gotta admit that he is playing really well around the stacking quest. So far, 8 minutes in, sitting at 77. That is pretty solid for a game on this level. Normally, when you're watching high caliber games, you are a lot less in a position where you can get all that much trade value out, but he's playing it incredibly well. Has, of course, to expose himself to the front a lot more when he makes these plays. 28,000 damage for him now, and as already hinted at earlier, after he dropped the trade, he went straight for Odin, but now is extremely far out and likely to fall. The kill against Jaina, but Nick is dead too. Bot lane gets pushed now as well, both teams looking and aiming for 13 talents. Which is a bit under pressure here. Bottom of the map, Sven on his Sonya is trying to do his thing. At least for now, the red team survives in the middle of the map. Actually playing this a little bit closer than I expected. That's a kill on the other hand. Yeah, Wit coming in now too, especially since he's still holding on to... Oh, actually? No way. Alright, there's the jump. Yeah, Sven is gonna... Nah, Zarya with a shield and Anna is in. Kudos. Mad props to the red team. That was pretty sick city. Nicely done. They really tried to flank her and take her down, but spin to win, baby. Can't stop the whirlwind here. Now that we have level 13, we have the new steel coating for Tychus. And yeah, that was a fun one. That was actually quite nice what they just pulled off there. Can't believe that she survived. It looked honestly like there's at least 6 ways how she could have fallen, but it's the shield and then the heals from Ana kept her alive. So now that Tychus is dropping his minigun again, he's sitting at 87 stacks. Really starting to prolong this by quite a bit. I mean, in those big team fights, he now has a long duration on this. Bottom of the map, though, Blade is gonna die. Yeah, Blade is dead. That's 3 gems down. It's not the end of the day. Not the end of the world. So now we have still a tournament opportunity for the red team. Bit of a problem. 6 kills against 9. And the invade on the camp. Masquerades. Yeah, they're trying to get this one, but yeah, there's nothing they can do, of course. Yeah. I mean, blue team a little bit ahead here. Oh, Wit is trying to get away, and yes, is able to move out, so nothing happening over there. Alright. So many questions for the blue team now. How to get back here, how to defend against potential web weavers. Also, how many kills does the red team actually have? Ah, okay. Yeah, thank you very much for the info. And, well, that's potentially a kill. Nice Horrified setup, but Sven survives once again. Sonya is a real survivor right now. Yep, also 106 stacks by now for Tychus. Keeps and forts are still all in play, by the way. Not a single one has fallen on either way. I mean, it's honestly getting a little bit crazy. Look at the minimap. Every single one of those has taken damage with the exception of the bottom left. But not a single one has been eliminated. We're soon going to look at multiple falling for sure. The question is just which team is going to take that advantage, because despite the fact that they're 3 kills behind, the red team is doing way better now than they did previously. They have 9 kills against 6. And yeah, blue team, of course, dropping more and more damage onto this one now too. There's a turn-in attempt, and they can get it, yes! There's a turn-in, and Masquerade is a bit low, and Tychus is still doing quite a bit of work. The problem is that Malfurion is down, and that is, of course, a disaster. Losing heroes just as you turn in, that does not bode well for that next push, especially since they're now also a talent behind. Red team is looking great. That's an easy defense, at least it should be. Currently trying to do what they can here in the middle of the map, first of all. Bottom fort is still falling, that one can't be saved. But at the top, they have another chance to save another one. And Malf isn't back yet. Oh, and they get Rexa. Rexa got wrecked. Yep, that's that. So now another fort about to fall. Yeah, fort at the bot lane down, fort at the middle down. Top lane, the only one that they could hold on to. I mean, structurally speaking, they're ahead. And they get the level 16 talents now. Okay, so down to the bottom of the map. Nick! Ah, the slam! Slam, wham, bam, straight into the face, and Tigers goes down. He's not the only one. Johanna also dead. United in death. But that's a turn-in. 78 gems in the hands of the red team. Turn-in for sure. And maybe boss. Maybe. Full rotation topside. Through the minion wave. That's the we don't give a shit move. If you know, we don't care. So, yep. Yeah, apparently they're still trying to fight this one. I highly doubt that. That would be an interesting move. Sven turns in. Broccoli is a little bit too late. Red Web Weavers are going to be descending. They're saving Masquerade without any real trouble. And now that Sonya is moving in as well, that boss is of course going to be toast. Misha can run in here all she wants. That doesn't change. So now the boss comes in. And honestly, that Web Weaver wave was timed really, really well. So we are going to have a mad push topside. And the mid lane is also going to be under a lot of pressure. So will be the bottom of the map. 13 kills against 6. 16 talents on both sides. Damage output, just as you can see here, 40,000 and 46,000 for the top 2 damage dealers on each team. And there comes the move. Through the top. Keep down. Oh, sorry, fort down. Keep is next. Sonya's at the bottom of the map. Middle fort is already getting dropped. Sonya pushed a wave down. So we will see the bottom fort fall very likely too. Sonya can rotate topside and help out here. But that's still a big push. Might just be able to defend the keep. But either way, this is hurting them. They're losing a lot of the outer structures. All the satellite structures are pretty much out now. And that push to the middle could drop another wall. And if you prep for the later stage of the game just by taking those towers down, that's already a big victory. Yeah, Horrify, not good enough to pull them into the team and grant them a kill. And Wit nearly died here. It's like, damn, the nano boost on Hazo versus Jaina definitely did a lot of work for them. Yeah, and that's all forts down now, so structurally they are ahead. They've taken the lead now, they've fallen behind earlier, but also they're 2 levels ahead, which is probably at this point even more important. 2-level lead, mad value on the map in general, just simply because you have just the incredible map control that they're running here. 120 stacks for Tigers, so Nick still has a very solid amount of damage that he can drop whenever he activates the minigun, and has a long duration on it too, so long drawn out battles are actually kind of good for him, if they can keep him safe enough here. With the Hunter-Gatherer on level 4, we have nearly the added armor for Misha and for Rexa. He needs another stack, and that should be easily acquired here. Yep, gets it. 15 minutes in. But there's another Web Weaver wave. And this one is going to home into the keeps directly. Oh, dude, like, you can't die right now. Gotta be careful here. Web Weavers have just been called. If you fall now and you don't have your tank, then you're in trouble. But again, also these falling sword plays. We've seen a lot more of those in these games. Which is obviously a lot of fun. I mean, jumping around like a bunny on speed like this is always kind of cool. Especially when you get to level 20 and all of a sudden you have the cooldown reduction. And it's just hobby hop all day, every day. This is such a tough push now. 20 in their hands, plus Web Weavers. Wow, 2-level lead, the stats advantage alone is nuts. So, yeah. Sonya has pushed out the top wave again. Oh my god. Yeah, top lane. Look at this. This is gonna go at the keep if nobody helps out there. I mean, I think at least one keep is gonna fall. I highly doubt they can do anything about it. Now, top lane, they're defending as much as they can. They're rotating between the lanes, trying to take those Web Weavers down. They do actually a really good job in the middle here. And now I have still resources at the top, so they're doing fairly well. They're doing way better than I expected. We're 16 minutes in, and the Web Weavers haven't really scaled all that much, but I did not expect them to do this well on the defense here. Bot lane is still getting attacked, but the Web Weavers are all down. Kudos to the blue team. Nicely done, but they lose X-Ray. X-Ray down, that's 11 gems down too. Hazops with the nano boost makes it possible. And now Sonya, she can just slam away. There's the ice block. But can they get that keep? That's a bigger question. Blade is nearly dead, but he makes it out, at least for the time being. But still, mad respect to the blue team that they haven't lost more yet. If they can hold on to the keeps here, that would be a dream. A kill against Mal'Ganis would be unbelievable. Nicely done. Without the level 20 talents, and all of a sudden they're starting to chase him down here. That expulsion zone might just have saved the ass of half these heroes that are rushing away. Look at Rutsu. He has no hit points on Zarya. If Misha has another stun, then Sven is dead. That would be 60 gems down. Yeah, he's... Ooh, yeah, that has to be it. Oh, and there we go. 16 gems down and the kill. So that's 20. They still have all the keeps. Like, how the fuck did they actually survive this? Not only did they survive, they didn't lose a keep in the process. Like, what the hell? Heaven's Fury. Time for the cooldown reduction. They steal the camp away. We have 27 gems for them. They don't really hold a lot here. They're an entire wave behind. And they go for Ana. Ana, yeah, goodbye. Oh, but we don't... Alright, I spoke too soon. Oh, instead of Ana, we have Tychus and Johanna fall. No way. 3 heroes alive against 5, and they kill 2. That's unbelievable. I mean, it was a neat move, jumping in and trying to take Ana down there, but yeah, that they got shut down hard. Not sure what to say there, but that backfired big time. And boss is up again. That timing. Oh, let's look at the damage here for a moment. But yeah, that's bad news. That is very, very bad news for them. I mean, let's ask our expert, Professor Sheep. How bad was it? It was bad. Yeah, very bad. Alright, boss is taken. Guys, this, I mean, maybe not game, but it should be keep, right? That was nuts. Alright, if they can get a few kills in here, that would be fantastic. So, what do we have? Wintermute, of course, on 20. Commandeer Odin into the big red button. Misha already down. Careful with. Horrify. And yes, that's... Oh my god. Iron Skin barely able to drop that before he dies. Bot lane, that's by the way a different story. This is going to hurt. That keep is going to fall if nobody takes care of it. So it depends on if they want to go for core or not, and they decide against it. But nobody's getting back yet either, because there's another big jump from Johanna. Cooldown reduction, by the way, is allowing her to go nearly for a second jump. That's a kill against Malfurion, just saying. Mid lane is also getting pushed. But is somebody jumping down to help out here? Because this is going to get the keep. 100%. Jojo's just jumping in. Cooldown reduction, cooldown reduction, cooldown reduction. The entire time. This is like jump time, baby. Yep, and they're going for it. Alright, so that's a kill against Mal'Ganis. Unleash the boars. Kill command is there. And that's a kill against Ana. Ana is down, flattened like a pancake on impact. And that's even more. Bot keep is about to fall, as I said, at the bottom right. And guys, they're going to kill everybody here. Nearly everybody. But yep, keep is gone. So are they moving down to the bottom of the map, or what's the plan at this point? Seems like it. They're going to make the play for core, aren't they? What a setup. No way. Johanna got 3 ults through in that last fight. Yeah, Sven is trying to get the spear connected. That didn't work. He's the only survivor. Come on, Sonya. You can do it. You can do it. Or maybe you can't. Alright, 5-man wipe and the blue team wins. I don't know how, but they did it. Blue team comes in and they take the victory. What a fantastic game here. Yeah, these things are quite a bit of fun. So off we go. Victory for the blue team. They secure the W on Tomb of the Spider Queen. GG and well played.
Hey everybody, thank you very much for watching the video today. I hope that you guys had some fun with the coverage here. If you want to support me and my work, you can do so now for absolutely free, thanks to your continued partnership with Ray throughout the entire month of March. And I would really appreciate if you could just take a couple of minutes, jump down in the YouTube description, check the link out, download the game and play through the 20-second tutorial that ends with the dragon fight. And if you do that, you support me directly, it would help me a lot, and I would really appreciate if you could take a few minutes to do that and support the channel here. Either way, I hope that you guys had a good day today, and see you guys soon on the channel here with more esports coverage on Khaldor TV. Bye bye.